Hello everyone, welcome back to Progress in English. In today's video, we are going to learn 25 super useful idioms that will make you sound like a native speaker. Let's begin. Idiom 1. Not playing with a full deck. It means someone who is not thinking clearly or is mentally unstable. For example, I wouldn't take his advice. He's not playing with the full deck. Idiom 2. Off the record. This idiom refers to something that is said unofficially or not meant for public release. For example, what I'm telling you is strictly off the record. Idiom 3. On cloud 9. To be on cloud 9 means to be extremely happy or in a blissful state. For example, she's been on cloud 9 since getting engaged. Idiom 4. Out of the blue. This idiom is used when something happens suddenly or without warning. For example, he called me out of the blue. Idiom 5. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. This idiom means going from a bad situation into an even worse one. For example, changing jobs put her out of the frying pan and into the fire. Idiom 6. Pulling your leg. This idiom means teasing or joking with someone in a playful way. For example, relax, I was just pulling your leg. Rain on someone's parade. This idiom means to ruin someone's enjoyable moments or plans. For example, don't rain on my parade, I just got promoted. Read between the lines. To read between the lines is to understand the implied or unspoken message. For example, she didn't say it directly, but I read between the lines. Idiom 9. See eye to eye. This idiom means to completely agree with someone. For example, we finally see eye to eye on this issue. Idiom 10. Sit on the fence. This idiom means to avoid choosing a side in an argument or decision. For example, he's sitting on the fence about the proposal. Idiom 11. Smell a rat. To smell a rat means to sense that something is wrong or either suspicious. For example, I smell a rat. This deal seems too good to be true. Idiom 12. Spill the beans. This idiom means to accidentally or unintentionally reveal a secret. For example, he spilled the beans about the surprise party. Idiom 13. Take with a grain of salt. This idiom means to view something with skepticism or not take it literally. For example, take what he says with a grain of salt. Idiom 14. Throw in the towel. This idiom means to quit or admit defeat. For example, after multiple failures, he threw in the towel. Idiom 15. Time flies. This idiom is used to express how quickly time seems to pass. For example, wow, it's midnight already. Time flies. Idiom 16. Under your nose. This idiom means something is happening right in front of you without being noticed. For example, the keys were under your nose the whole time. Idiom 17. Turn a blind eye. This idiom means to deliberately ignore something wrong or unpleasant. For example, the manager turned a blind eye to the violations. Idiom 18. Your guess is as good as mine. This idiom means you don't know the answer any more than the person asking. For example, don't ask me, your guess is as good as mine. Idiom 19. Bite the bullet. This idiom means to face a difficult or unpleasant situation with courage. For example, he had to bite the bullet and go to the dentist. Idiom 20. Break the ice. This idiom means to initiate conversation in a social setting to relieve tension. For example, he told a joke to break the ice. Idiom 21. Hit the nail on the head. This idiom means to describe a situation or problem exactly. For example, you hit the nail on the head with that comment. Idiom 22. Let the cat out of the bag. This idiom means to accidentally reveal a secret or surprise. For example, he let the cat out of the bag about the trip. Idiom 23. Burn the midnight oil. This idiom means to stay up late working or studying. For example, she burned the midnight oil to finish her project. Idiom 24. Cost an arm and a leg. This idiom describes something that is extremely expensive. For example, that luxury watch cost him an arm and a leg. Idiom 25. Hit the sack. This idiom means to go to bed or to go to sleep. For example, I'm exhausted. Time to hit the sack. That's it for today's video. I hope that you learned something new. I'll see you next time. Bye.